Hello everybody, Flashrabbit here in my Let's Play survival world. But we're not doing a Let's Play episode this week. Instead, we're going to do a very short tutorial. I've not been too well this week. I had a bit of a health scare and I've taken some time off just to rest. But I couldn't help myself. I had to put something out for you. And it's this really quick automatic sheep farm. It's dead easy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to build one of these cells with you, and basically all you've got to do is replicate it 15 times so that you've got 16 cells in total, one for each colour. So let's get right to it. Okay, for this build you're going to need an observer, a dispenser, a piece of redstone, a hopper minecart, a rail, some shears, a hopper and a double chest, and that's all you need. It's so easy, it's unbelievable. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to put an observer in this hole here. Now in your texture pack, in the vanilla texture pack, you'll find a little smiley face on the front of your observer, and that's the part that observes the block in front of it. It looks at the block in front of it and detects a change. So when your sheep is stood on this block and it changes from dirt into grass, the observer will notice it, shoot out a redstone signal into the block behind, powering this redstone dust. So if we then put a dispenser on top of that and put some shears in it, what will happen is the redstone signal will power this redstone dust, which will power this dispenser, which will spit out the shears and shear the sheep automatically for you. And that is basically it done. Now what I didn't mention, obviously you're going to need some building blocks. I think that's quite self-explanatory really, and you can do it like this. You can put glass in, you can use wood, stone, whatever you want to use. It's entirely up to you. I like to put glass in because I like to see the sheep and see what's going on, but it's entirely up to you what you do. So basically you just need to make a frame around this so that your sheep sits on this block here and he can't escape, because if he escapes you've no wool, so you don't want that to happen. So basically build up your frame in which, oh my goodness, oh, I hate spiders, in whichever way you like. Now what I've done here is I've put grass blocks either side, so that basically you've got two grass blocks here and one grass block here touching this block to repopulate it with grass, because grass only grows on a block if it's got a grass block touching it. So I figure if it's the more grass that's touching it, the quicker it'll grow. I don't actually know whether that's true or not, but that's the theory that I'm working with. Now what we need to do is we need to dig underneath that observer. So we just come down here, whoops, like this, until, oh, let's get a spade, until we get to that observer like that. Now when we get to the observer, we know that the block in front of it, this block here, is the block that the sheep's going to be standing on, and this is the block that we want the observer to observe. So what we need to do, we need to pop down a chest. I put a double chest down just simply because it collects more. It's that simple, but you can put a single chest, it's entirely up to you again. So we put a chest down, we pop a hopper facing into it so that the nozzle is facing into the chest, so anything that goes into the hopper goes straight into the chest. We crouch and we put a rail on top of that, and then we put a hopper minecart on top of that rail. So now anything that falls onto this block here, in this case it's going to be wool, isn't it? Anything that falls onto this block is going to get sucked up by this hopper minecart into this hopper and into this chest for you to take away and do whatever you want with. So every time your sheep munches on this grass, it's going to turn to dirt. The observer's going to pick it up, shoot out a redstone signal, power the redstone dust, power the dispenser, shear your sheep, and your stuff's going to get sucked up and put into a chest for you. And it's that simple. And you can do it in any configuration you please. I've chosen this one just because it was simple. And like I say, I've not been feeling too well, so I wasn't feeling terribly creative. But it works, it's practical. And I've also built this in the spawn chunks, so it's always going to be producing wool. So if we're not careful, we could end up with an overflow of wool. If you want to stop the farm working, just break the redstone and that's that. The sheep will grow its wool and it'll stay there forevermore until you put that redstone back. And in that case what you'd need to do is shear it for the first time yourself so that the observer will pick up a change in this block, and that'll fire it off running automatically for you again. So that's it. I told you it was a really quick tutorial. If you found this useful, please press the like button, and if you really enjoyed it, consider subscribing, because it really does help the channel out loads. And if you don't want to miss any of my uploads in the future, press the bell icon. I'll be sure to let you know the next time I upload a video. But for now, thanks for watching. Bye.